Your money is dying, right now. While you sleep, while you work, while you watch this video, and almost nobody realizes it. It doesn't happen like an explosion. It happens slowly, quietly, one grocery bill at a time, one rent increase at a time, one smaller shopping bag at a time. Until one day, you look at your money and ask, where did it all go? Imagine your grandparents put $100 under a mattress in 1971. They didn't gamble it, they didn't waste it, they just saved it. But today, that same $100 buys only a fraction of what it used to. The number on the bill stayed the same, but the power inside it disappeared. That is the trick. Your money doesn't vanish. Its value does. In the last episode, we saw the year everything changed. 1971. Nixon cut the dollar from gold. Before that, the dollar had a chain connecting it to something real, gold. After that, the chain was broken. The dollar survived, but from that moment on, it became easier to print, easier to expand, and easier to quietly lose value. But here's the part most people miss. This is not new. Currencies dying is not rare, it is normal. History is full of dead money. Roman coins, French livres, German marks, Spanish reals. Over and over again, people believed their money would last forever, and over again, history disagreed. Every empire thinks, this time is different. Rome thought it, Spain thought it, Britain thought it, France thought it, and now America thinks it too. But history has a brutal rule. Empires rise, currencies rise, time passes, and eventually, all fall. But this video is not about getting rich quick. It is not about chasing the next hot investment. It is about one question. When money loses value, what survives? But while ordinary people trusted the currency, the wealthy learned a different lesson. They noticed something. Money changes, governments change, empires change, but some things survive. For thousands of years, the wealthy kept returning to the same three ideas: gold, land, and real businesses. Not because they were perfect, but because they were real. Rule number 1, gold. For 5,000 years, gold has watched currencies die. Egyptian money is gone. Roman money is gone. French royal money is gone. But gold is still gold. It does not depend on one government. It does not need a president. It does not need a central bank. That is why, when trust starts breaking, gold comes back. And here's the interesting part. Central banks still buy gold. Not because gold is fashionable, not because it is exciting, but because when systems become uncertain, gold becomes insurance. Not a get-rich-quick machine. Insurance. The kind of thing you hope you never need, but you are glad to have when the storm arrives. Rule number 2, land. A Roman coin can become worthless, but the land under Rome still exists. A currency can collapse, but people still need homes, food, shelter, farms, and cities. That is why land has always mattered, because land is not a promise, it is a place. Today, the modern version is real estate. Not every property, not every location, but real land in places where people want to live, work, and build. Currency can lose value, but a good location can survive generations. That is why wealthy families often care less about cash, and more about what the cash can buy. Rule number 3, real businesses. Not empty dreams, not paper promises, real businesses. Things that make what people need. Food, energy, healthcare, shelter, transport. When money loses value, people still need to eat. They still need power. They still need medicine. They still need places to live. That is why real businesses survive better than paper promises. For ordinary people today, one modern version of owning businesses is owning stocks, but not all stocks are the same. A real company produces value. A weak company only sells a dream. History does not protect dreams. It protects things people actually need. So, the question is not, what stock will go up tomorrow? The better question is, what business will still matter 10 years from now? And then there is Bitcoin, the most controversial asset on Earth. Some people call it a scam. Some people call it digital gold. Some people think it will go to zero. Others think it is the future of money itself. But one thing is undeniable. No government controls it. That is why it attracts people who no longer fully trust government money. It is risky. It is volatile. But it exists because trust in the old system is not as strong as it used to be. But here is the mistake most ordinary people make. They ask, should I buy gold? Should I buy Bitcoin? Should I buy property? But the wealthy usually ask a different question. How do I make sure one failure does not destroy everything? That is called diversification, not putting everything in one basket, because history is full of people who were right about one thing and still lost everything. Look at families that stayed wealthy for generations. They did not survive by holding only cash. They survived by spreading wealth across real things, some in land, some in businesses, some in gold, some in cash for opportunities. They were not trying to predict the future perfectly. They were trying to survive many different futures. That is the difference. Most people keep money in cash because it feels safe. The number is stable, the bank app looks clean, the balance does not move much. But history teaches a painful lesson. Feeling safe and being safe are not the same thing. A currency can look stable, while its value is slowly bleeding away. So what should you do? This is not financial advice. But history gives us a pattern. When currencies weaken, people look for real things. Gold, land, real businesses, and now, for some people, digital scarcity. The exact answer is different for everyone. But the principle is simple. Do not depend completely on one piece of paper, especially when that paper is losing value every year. Every currency eventually faces the same test. Can people still trust it? Can governments control themselves? Can debt keep growing forever? Can money be printed without consequences? Every empire believes the answer is yes, until the answer becomes no. And when that moment comes, the people who prepared early look paranoid. The people who waited too long look normal, until it is too late. So here is what 5,000 years of history teaches us. Currencies die, empires fall, paper promises break, but real things survive. Gold, land, real businesses, and maybe, in the modern age, something new. Next time, I will show you how the wealthy actually divide their money. The percentages, the strategy, the mistakes to avoid. That is a story for the next episode. Subscribe so you don't miss it. See you next time.